My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. I'm going to give you my favorite Underdog Fantasy entry for UFC Vegas 85. If you don't know what Underdog Fantasy is, it's daily fantasy. You come in here, you say higher or lower than the numbers you see on the screen, and if you are correct, you can 20 times your money. They will even give you free money to play. The only thing you need to do is go to WeWantPicks.com/underdog. Use promo code WWP and they will instantly match your deposit. If you give them $100, they'll give you 100. You give them 50, they'll give you 50. Take that free money, build an entry, 20 times it, take that, 20 times that, and then now you own a condominium. It's really incredible what you can do here. WeWantPicks.com/underdog, promo code WWP. I'm going to focus on UFC. They call it MMA because that's what it is, but it's only UFC. I don't think they're going to have PFL or Bellator lines in here. Either way, if you see all these fancy colors on the left, this is every single sport. You could do tennis. You could build your own tennis entries. I don't know anything about that. That's not going to happen here, but let's focus on Vegas 85. I will tell you, I've got 4 lines I like quite a bit. I have built an entry, and I'm going to build that for you right now. There's a lot of these that I don't like. Some of these are super tricky. Let's take Roman, for example. They give the little chili pepper here. That means the line's juiced. They're going to give you some favorable percentages on that. Problem is, it's a trap. I don't like any of the chili peppers, and they're there on purpose. The reason they juice it is they want you to do it. They want you to throw it in there. They want you to chase, and then you lose, and that is what it is. First of all, it's absurd that this is called Underdog Fantasy, and the picture, their logo, is a dog with a cape, but they're using chili peppers. Why are these not dog bones? Marketing team. Let's scroll our way down. I don't like any of the Roman ones. Sure, he could win by finish. Am I going to burn a leg on this entry for that? No. Nasruddin Imavov, same thing. Sure, he could win by finish. Am I going to burn a leg? No. The over 15 fight minutes is the only one that actually seems pretty good, but there's another one that I like for him as well that we'll talk about in a minute. Drew Dober, they're going to give you the chili pepper on finish, and if he wins, that's the only way he's going to win. But am I confident enough to throw him in an entry? No, ma'am. Renato Moicano, similar type situation. I think Drew Dober wins, but Renato could certainly win, and he could win. He could grind out a decision just using technical striking. He could somehow work his submission, and they are going to juice the submission line, but not very much. Let's work our way down. Here's the epitome, the perfect visual representation of how the chili peppers are a bit of a scam. They're going to give you some juice on Randy Brown by finish. They're going to give you even more juice if you can pick the finish. But the round time, the fight time minutes that they set is 14.9. So they know this fight in all likelihood is going to go to a decision. But if they could bait you into a finish, you can get some more money. So that's why we avoid the chili peppers. They just don't make sense in most cases. Let's work our way down. I'm going to get you right to the one that I like. If we look at the Krzyzhev, the Aliskab. I said that wrong 4 times in a row. What I do like here quite a bit is the over 11.5 fight minutes. This guy's a very good wrestler, and he does have some very slick submissions. The problem is, or the good thing for our fight time minutes here, is that his opponent, Mahmoud Muradov, has incredible submission defense. So I do think Krzyzhev's going to avoid the danger on the feet, get this fight to the ground, and just lay on top. He might chase submissions, but I don't think he's going to get them. Kaio could not get the takedown or the submissions against Mahmoud Muradov, and he's 10 times the jiu-jitsu practitioner that Krzyzhev is. So I think this fight cruises past 11.5 fight minutes, likely goes to a decision. If not, I still think we are golden past 11.5. So we're going to throw that in our entry. I don't like the rest of these. Charlie Radke, too many questions in that fight, and he's fighting Gilbert Urbina. Molly McCann, if this was 1.5 takedowns, I'd jump on it. It's 2, so we need 3 for it to hit. I don't love that. Azat Maxim, we're going to need 4 takedowns. He just took down his last opponent only twice. And yes, Charles Johnson's been getting ragdolled lately, but those are against very, very, very high-level wrestlers. So we're going to leave that alone. Temba Garimbo, same thing. If you gave me 1.5 takedowns, I would do them more. At 2, I don't love it. He's a pretty low-volume guy. So what we are going to do is, let me highlight a couple things for you. Temba Garimbo, they're saying 2 takedowns. So if I want to go over this, if I do the higher than 2, he needs to get 3 takedowns, okay? I'm not comfortable with 3. I'm comfortable with 2. I'm not comfortable with 3. Thomas Petersen, exact same story. Here's the trick. Go over to Rivals. What Rivals does is it has the opponents, right? Fighter A and Fighter B. And then you just pick which one of those fighters is going to get more of that thing. For example, they have Roman Dolidze and Nasruddin Imavov, and they're saying who is going to land more significant strikes between these two gentlemen. They're going to give Roman 13.5 significant strikes to start because they know Nasruddin is going to land more strikes. So they'll handicap it, they'll level the playing field. I do like Nasruddin Imavov here. I think he will land at least 14 more significant strikes than Roman will land. Even in some of Roman's wins, like when he beat Jack Hermanson, he was nowhere near the number of significant strikes that Jack Hermanson won. Jack way outlanded Roman, even though Roman won that fight by finish. I think this is similar. I think Nasruddin will win, but even if he doesn't, I think Roman will be getting touched up, and potentially catch Nasruddin later. So Nasruddin should land more significant strikes overall, and we're going to need him to land 14 more. If we work our way down, remember those takedown lines we talked about? Let's keep going. Scrolling. Takedown lines. So we have to say between Themba Gorimbo and Pete Rodriguez, who is going to get more takedowns? They're giving Pete Rodriguez 1.5, which means Themba only needs 2 for this to hit. When we were on the other page, when we were doing higher, lower, the line was set at 2. So this is a little bit of a trick. We basically got ourselves that half a takedown back, which means Themba only needs to land 2 for this to count. And it would matter if both of them were grapplers, right? If both of them were grapplers and Themba was going to get 3 takedowns and Pete would get 2, but that's not what this situation is. Pete Rodriguez is not a grappler. He's not going to shoot any takedowns here. So effectively, moving over to Rivals has lowered our takedown line from 2, which means we need 3, to 1.5, which means we only need 2. Exact same logic for our boy, Tommy Peets. Tommy Peets. Oh, let me get rid of it here because I already had it. It's the exact same situation. They gave Jamal Pogues 1.5 takedowns, so Thomas Petersen only needs 2. And frankly, Jamal Pogues isn't going to be shooting takedowns. So this is the entry. This is my 4-leg entry. I already have it built. Pick 'em, and this is the entry that I built. We have Khryzhiev, over 11.5 fight minutes. We have Themba Gorimbo in Rivals. We need him to get 2 more takedowns than Pete Rodriguez does. Nasruddin Imavov, we need him to land 14 more significant strikes than Roman does. And Thomas Petersen, we need him to get 2 more takedowns than Jamal Pogues does. And this is the payout. I did a $20 entry. This is a sketchy card. I did a $20 entry. And I did the insurance payout. So if all 4 of these are correct, I 6 times my money and I get 120 back. If only 3 of them are correct, I still 1.5 times my money. I put 20 on the board. They're going to give me 30 back. This is my entry. You can build your own, of course. But the most important thing is here is get your free money to build your entry. WeWantPicks.com/underdog, promo code WWP. They will instantly match your deposit. Take that free deposit match. Build yourself an entry, mix and match sports, whatever you want to do. WeWantPicks.com, promo code WWP.